So when you buy a used saw, you're not really sure what to look for. Let's go over it. I made a post about 2 weeks ago now that's doing really well. It was just some pictures of what to look for when you're buying a used saw. I figured I would go through and show you what that looks like in real time. You need two tools for this whole thing. You need a T27. I'm going to use a hand tool to show you how fast this is, and a scrunch. If you're doing an M-Tronic saw for steel, you will need a 16 millimeter instead of the scrunch to take the spark plug out. The first thing we're going to do is turn this thing on. What you're going to look for in that case is turn on its side, see if it idles up or down, both sides. It might even bog out. And then the other thing you want to do is just once it's warmed up, which this one already is, hit the throttle, see if it bogs at all, trying to throttle up. Those are signs of air leaks, and that's what you're looking for in the first part. We're then going to pull the spark plug out, look at that. We're going to check the piston and cylinder, and then last we're just going to look at the air filter. That's the whole thing. It should take less than 5 minutes. And before anyone comes for me, yes, we're missing a bolt. This was a budget build 461 that I did for myself. First things first, let's fire her up. Good. Notice there's no idling up, no idling down, no bogging with throttle. Good to go there. We're gonna like the air filter next to give the muffler some time to cool off. Before I even open this up, there is no air filter in here. I pulled it off to fix a customer's saw a few weeks ago and just haven't replaced it yet. What you're looking for in here, though, we can still look at the same thing. You're looking for fine sawdust around the outside of where the air filter would sit. You're looking for the air filter itself to be packed with sawdust, stuff like that. If it's packed with really fine sawdust, there is a really good chance that that sawdust got past your air filter and right into your carburetor, which leads right into your intake. That's what you're looking for there. Since we're here now, let's dive straight into the spark plug. And I actually have no idea what the spark plug looks like, so we're gonna find this out for the first time together. And yes, the spark plug might be hot depending on how long you ran the saw. So there's our spark plug. She's a little darker than I'd like to see. This saw does run a little rich. You might have heard that when it was idling. But overall, that's pretty good condition. As long as it's not soaked in oil or not just pitch white, you're good to go. So those are what you're looking for at the spark plug. That one looks okay. It doesn't look great, but it looks okay. I wouldn't change it. All right, so the last thing, muffler. On nearly all steel saws, you're gonna have 2 or 4 T27 bolts. This one has 4 on the outside. Don't worry, this is gonna take longer than this saw because I have extra long bolts in the bottom that I already regret putting in, so bear with me here. You just gotta pop these front 4 and get the muffler cover off. Once the cover's off, you can see in the piston cylinder. I do this on about 50% of saws I buy, and people have never had an issue with me doing this. If the person has an issue with you doing this, I would probably run from that saw unless you're ready to do a rebuild and you're getting a good deal on it. There should be nothing to hide with this other than time, which again, the whole point is to show you how quick you can do this. There should be no issue with someone letting you do this. While we are pulling these bolts, I can talk about something else I was just looking at. Since you already ran the saw, you can actually look at your bar and chain. Look for oil on here. You should be able to rub your finger off it and get oil on your finger. If you can't, that means this thing's not oiling. And the reason I bring that up as a concern, a bar that's not oiling well is a hot bar, and a hot bar and chain is a hot saw. So that's something to pay attention to. It's more common than you think for a saw not to oil very well. I have a video on that too, go watch that. The bottom 2 bolts are long, the top 2 are very short, so we're almost there. Okay. Apparently Hulk put these things on. Alrighty, and here we go. Sometimes this might be a little hard to get off. This is a fresh rebuild, so I knew it wasn't going to be. Apparently I get that all the way out. There we go. All right, I'm gonna bring you in closer so you can see what's going on here. So what you're gonna do is look inside here and look at the cylinder. So right now you are looking directly at the piston. And what you're looking for is black vertical lines on it, or horizontal. Horizontal is even worse than vertical. So notice on this, there's none in there. And you can take your recoil, you can move this thing around. This thing's got some crazy compression. Pop it down as far as you can though, and look across sometimes, and look for scoring on the other side of the cylinder as well. Again, this is a pretty new build. I didn't expect to see anything in here, but I hadn't checked either, so it's a good thing to look for. There you have it. That's all there is to this whole thing. There is other stuff to check for. Obviously, check for loose bolts, check for missing things, check for broken handles, make sure your brake goes engages and disengages. Simple stuff. What I was trying to get to you is the major things that can cause internal failure to the saw, or show you internal failure to the saw. That's going to really guide you to having to do a full rebuild versus just having to fix a couple pieces and parts here and there. I look back, that whole thing took 4.5 minutes, doing it by hand, with me explaining everything. This is not hard, it doesn't take long, and again, I do it on most saws, I've never had anyone tell me no. Something to look for. Let me know if you think I missed anything, but that's it for today. Thanks, guys.